Hey guys, so today I want to share with you my top 10 favorite brushes in the world. These are brushes that I use every single day. I do not think I can live without them. I recommend them to any of you guys, and I definitely think they are great brushes to have in anyone's collection. So let's get started. The first brush would be the MAC 182. And it's just a kabuki brush, and I do have to apologize, my brushes are very dirty. This was the first brush I ever bought from MAC, and I can't even tell you when I bought this brush. I've had this brush so long and it has lasted me forever. This is my absolute favorite brush. I use it every day. It's just perfect for buffing in anything, you know, all those harsh lines, you know, when you're contouring your face, buffing in everything, you know, it just makes everything look so even and smooth and seamless. It's just a great brush. I think I bought this for about $50, which I know is expensive, and you know, you don't have to get a MAC brush, but to me, considering I can't even remember when I bought this, I know I've had it for years. I mean, to me, $50 is nothing now. I've completely gotten my money's worth out of it. The next brush I have is from Sephora, and it's just an angled blush brush, and as you can see, it's definitely dirty. And I prefer the angled blush brushes as opposed to the fluffy ones, simply because when I do my blush, I like to sweep it up my cheek on my cheekbone. And the reason I like doing that is because when you put them on the apples of your cheeks and you do the smiling effect, and you put it on the apples of your cheeks, when you're not smiling, everything tends to shift downward, and everything's out of place. So I don't like to put them on the apples of my cheeks, or my blush on the apples of my cheeks. I like to sweep it upward. I think it gives it more of a youthful effect, bringing everything upward, rather than smiling and putting on the, oh, I can't talk, putting it on the apples of my cheeks and then having everything shift downward. I think it's more attractive that way, but that's just my personal opinion. I think this is a wonderful brush. I don't remember how much I paid for this. It wasn't that expensive. Sephora's definitely a cheaper option to MAC, but it's still very good quality. This is the professional line, and this is the blush brush, and the number, it's number 49. I don't know if you could see that, number 49. So this is what I use to apply my blush every single day. This is another really good one to have. This one is a recently acquired brush, and I seriously cannot believe that I have gone so long without having this. It is the Stippling MAC 187. I believe it's the smaller stippling brush, and it's the duo fiber. As you can tell, it's dirty. These bristles are normally white, and I love this because I just, you know, stipple on the makeup. Honestly, this, I cannot say enough good things about this brush. I use so much, well, I shouldn't even say I use so much. The amount of product, like my foundation, is, I don't use nearly as much as opposed to a foundation brush or a sponge or anything like that. I mean, the first time I used this, I couldn't believe the difference. I mean, you get just an airbrush effect. If you really want to see what it does for you, you could check out my other video, my flawless foundation application video that I posted. You get a really good sense of how this brush works, and check that video out. You can see how this brush works. It's a really good one. This is probably my favorite brush out of all of them. So I do recommend that one. Ever popular MAC 217 and the MAC 224. And they are both blending brushes. And as you can see, the bottom one, the 224, is much bigger than the 217. And you really, I guess, don't need both of them, but I do think that having both of them is nice if you can afford to do so, because they do kind of give you different effects. However, you know, a blending brush is really a blending brush. I do like the 217 because I do like to really kind of put it in my crease and leave my eye open and kind of wiggle it in a windshield wiper motion and just place the color right in the crease. And I like the 224 for kind of getting a bigger, you know, more, I guess, messier, smudgier, smokier effect. So in my opinion, they do different things, but I guess if I had to pick one, if you're just starting out or don't own a blending brush and you're not sure which one to choose, I'd probably go with the 224 for your first choice. And then if you ever get a chance to pick up the 217, I would go ahead and pick them up. They are both excellent brushes. I mean, really, I don't know, they are well worth the money. I don't know if there's really any other great dupes or comparisons to them, because they are just that wonderful. I think, and I could be horribly wrong, but I think they're around $22 each, but they are seriously so well worth the money. I mean, if you take care of them, you'll have them forever, and the effects that they have are just absolutely amazing. So love these. They are definitely must-haves. The all-time favorite of many and the absolute #1 must-have is the Flat Shader 239. And I actually, the first one, Flat Shader I owned was a 230, I believe, and I think it was limited edition or came out with a collection or something, and I thought I lost it and ended up picking up a 239, but they're basically the same thing. There's not really any difference to them. Flat shader, oh, it is so important to have a flat shader. They are so great for just picking up the color. They're so dense. I mean, the bristles are just so dense for picking up that color and really placing the product on your eye. This is an absolute, I mean, if you are going to pick up a brush from MAC, you've never picked up a brush before, and you're specifically going for an eye brush, this is the #1 brush you need to get. You could do a lot of things with this. I normally just use it for placing the color, but there's so many. I mean, when I first started buying brushes and didn't know about blending brushes and didn't know about smudge brushes and pencil brushes, this is what I had, and I loved it, and I did a lot of things with this, and this is the holy grail. I mean, I own multiple of these. They're wonderful, and everyone should own this, in my opinion at least. The 219 pencil brush, and I apologize, these are all dirty. Very dense. I love this because you can get that smudgy, real, you know, smoky effect, and you can really kind of get in the crease, and it really helps creating that outer V. I wouldn't say this is a must-have. I would say that this is kind of for those, you know, once you've kind of built the basics in your collection later down the road, like, this would be a nice addition to have, so keep that in mind. 208 angled brush. It looks like that. It's a very small angled brush. I use this and I dip it in my MAC fluid line, and this is what I use to put on my gel liner. Now I know that they have the skinny, thin lines, but I actually find the angled brushes to be easier to apply the gel liner. Also, I find that it is a lot easier to get that winged cat eye look with these. I also use the 208, which is the same brush. I use that for my eyebrows also. It makes a really great eyebrow pencil as well. This is the 266, which is very similar to the 208, just a little bit bigger. I use this for, I take this, actually, this pencil I only use really for shadows. If I'm going to, like when I put my fluid line on, I normally dip it in carbon and go over it to just kind of set the fluid line and enhance the, if I'm wearing, you know, black, enhance the darkness of my liner, or if I'm wearing, you know, blue, I'll put, you know, Deep Truth or something, enhance the blueness, or, you know, you get the point. So I really only use this on for shadows and for lining. So when I don't want to use the pencil brush and give it too much of a smudgy look, and I just kind of want to be precise. So these angled brushes, those are great. Many people make angled brushes. You don't just have to go with MAC, but MAC is kind of the brand I prefer, but I don't own all MAC brushes. This I don't even know when I picked this up. I think I was just out in Target and I don't know, I liked it, so I picked it up. It's by Sonia Kashuk, and it's just a small, fluffy, angled contour brush, and I like it because it's small, and it really, you can really get precise underneath your cheekbones for contouring. So this was pretty inexpensive. I think it was like $10. It's really, I mean, it's very fluffy. It's really, I mean, and the handle's pretty, so I don't know. She makes really good brushes. I highly recommend this brand. If you are not in the position to dish out the money for MAC, I guess, you know, Sephora is a less inexpensive alternative, and then I think after that I would go with Sonia Kashuk. Actually, I don't know, Sonia Kashuk and Sephora for me are kind of like this. I don't know. Do you want to mention, guys, that when you first purchase a brush, before you do anything and you take it out of the packaging, before you use it at all, wash it and wash it with shampoo, and then condition it and let it air dry before you even use it. This is not only going to make the bristles a lot softer, but it is going to help prevent the bristles and the fibers and the hairs, whatever the brush is made out of, from falling out as much. So there's a little tip for you guys. Those are the brushes that I think that, you know, those are the brushes I use every single day. Those are the ones that I find are essentials. You don't have to go out and get MAC. You don't, I mean, just start with one. Start with one, you know. I mean, I will say that if you're serious about makeup, I mean, it does, the types of brushes you use do make a difference. And I didn't know that for the longest time. I didn't realize that. And when I started picking up, you know, different brushes, I realized, like, wow, like this, I cannot believe like how big of a difference this makes. So, yeah, just, you know, your collection's not going to happen overnight. You know, start piece by piece. So that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was a little bit informative. I hope it helped you guys a little bit, and I'll keep in touch. So I'll see you later. Bye.